Well, Hillary Clinton continues to get bogged down by her use of private email server during her time as Secretary of State. Yesterday, she was grilled about the situation at a news conference in Las Vegas.
And today, donors are expressing concerns that this could hurt her in the general election. Nancy Cordes is with us now from Washington. Hey, Nancy.
Good morning to both of you.
So did Hillary Clinton do anything to change the conversation yesterday? She seemed, it almost seems when you watch it that she's exasperated, saying, look, I've done everything that I can to provide whoever is asking with the details, and yet you guys are not satisfied.
Yes, and part of that is strategic. It's always better to have the media as an opponent than, let's say, the FBI or the intelligence community. So, you know, she's trying to show that she is open to talking about this, that she's not hiding anything, that she's comfortable with the choices that she made, and that she didn't do anything wrong, even though she now admits that she regrets having a private email address and a private server. Not, she said yesterday, because she thinks that she did anything wrong or illegal, but because of all of the controversy about it and everything that she's had to go through now. So in some ways, she's being more forthcoming, but in other ways, she's not. She was asked repeatedly, for example, whether the server that the FBI has now picked up was wiped clean, and she simply dodged the question.
That's right. While she was pretty passionate in her defense, she tried joking about wiping the server down with a cloth. Wrong tone on her part.
You know, clearly, for some reason, she was trying to evade that question, trying not to answer it, which is kind of curious because we already know from her own attorney that the server was, that everything on that server was deleted. He told Congress that months ago. We know from the company that was operating the Clinton system that the server was blank. So why she would be uncomfortable admitting that herself in a press conference was a little curious.
You know, Nancy, for those who are not Washington insiders, I'm reading the Washington Post this morning, and there's a comment about how intelligence officials don't want anything, any data, to be shared at all. Everything for an intelligence officer or official is classified or should not be shared, whereas other agencies sort of move in between both worlds, intelligence and perhaps the State Department and other departments. And is that part of the issue that, you know, we're dealing with here?
It's absolutely part of the issue. You always have this dispute between some of the intelligence agencies and other administration agencies like the State Department over what really should be considered classified and what shouldn't. The intelligence community wants to play it safe. They've got a higher bar. And Clinton argued yesterday, look, this debate would be happening whether or not I had used a private email address. If I wanted to release all my emails from my time as Secretary of State, we would be having this dialogue about what we can release and what we can't. That part is true. However, you have to take it a step further. The issue in this particular situation is not just what can we release, what can't release, but also the intelligence community saying we're concerned that some of this information that we believe is sensitive was sitting on a private server in her basement in Chappaqua, New York. And by the way, that other thumb drives might be in the possession of her attorney and others. So that is a piece of this that is unique to her, and that isn't something that is just kind of a run-of-the-mill issue that comes up anytime you release public documents.
We've also been talking about that CNN poll. It shows only 44% of Americans have a favorable view of her. 53% have an unfavorable view. That's the lowest in 14 years. Is that something she can turn around?
You know, anything's possible. We're still more than a year away from the general election, but it kind of highlights her challenge. She's still, by and large, quite popular with Democratic voters. In our most recent CBS News poll, something like 82% of them said they approve of her. About 3/4 of them say they believe she's honest and trustworthy. So it's not Democratic voters that she's going to have a problem with. By and large, they believe she will get the nomination. It's when you get to the general election, and she's having to appeal not just to Democrats, but voters across the political spectrum if she wants to win.
To be continued. Nancy Cordes in Washington. Thanks, Nancy.
You're welcome.